This is the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for Monday, Labor Day, September the 4th. I'm Michael Groff. Yesterday in the valley, a very soupy tropical day. Once again, a high temperature of 103 degrees. Now, today and tomorrow, we start a more active weather period. In fact, today looks a lot more active than we initially thought it would be, with chances of showers and thunderstorms back in our forecast. We'll get into that, plus another active weather period for us coming this weekend. So let's get out there and talk about it this morning here at 5:30 a.m. Mostly clear skies in the valley right now, and it is soupy out there. 82 degrees at Sky Harbor. Dew points at 68, relative humidity 62%. The winds are light and the barometer is steady. Temperatures across the board this morning are generally in the upper 70s to lower 80s. Satellite this morning shows the remnant circulation of Tropical Storm Lydia off the Southern California coast, and still some high clouds spinning through western Arizona. Here's the watch warning map. Excessive heat warnings and heat advisories across the Pacific Northwest. Fire danger through the Intermountain West, the Northern Rockies, and out into the western high plains. On the convective outlook, an enhanced risk of severe storms today, parts of Indiana and Michigan, with a standard slight risk extending from around St. Louis all the way up to Buffalo, New York, and a marginal risk for many of the adjacent areas as well. Here in southern Arizona, we have a marginal risk of severe storms today from Phoenix to Gila Bend, Casa Grande, Tucson, down to Nogales. The primary threat from thunderstorms this afternoon and this evening will be from strong, gusty, damaging straight-line winds, as well as a few microbursts can't be ruled out. And we'll certainly talk about that more in detail momentarily. Here's a check of the tropics. This is Irma spinning around over the Atlantic Basin, looking much better organized this morning. Here's the latest advisory from the National Hurricane Center. Maximum sustained winds, 120 miles per hour, a solid Category 3, moving to the west-southwest. A more steady jaunt to the west is expected later today, and then this approaches the Leeward Islands by tomorrow night and Wednesday morning. From there, it continues to skirt just north of Puerto Rico and the island of Hispaniola, then approaches the Bahamas and the northeast coast of Cuba later this week and this weekend. Now, where this system goes from there and the ultimate destination of the storm is still anybody's guess. This is still a long ways out and a lot can change. But let's look at some of the other modeling here. This is the European ensemble. There are 51 members here. Many of the models still bring it up into the Carolinas or the southeast coast of the United States. A few of them do curve it out to sea. A couple of them bring it into the Gulf. And then several of them bring it right up the Florida Peninsula. The GFS ensemble has definitely shown a tendency to curve it more to the left. And that means this system going right up to near the Florida Strait and up the Florida Peninsula. And certainly that would be about the worst case scenario for this storm going forward. But obviously there is still a lot that can change. And that's the part that needs to be stressed about this going forward. So let's get into that in more detail and our weather as well as we look at the models now. Here's the GFS. This is the 06Z run, valid at 5 o'clock Mountain Standard Time today. See what the deterministic runs have to say. Got high pressure north of the state, the remnants of Lydia spinning off the Southern California coast. Plenty of tropical moisture around here today. Another partly sunny and humid day. Highs 102 to 105. We've got a slight chance of late afternoon showers and thunderstorms coming into the picture once again today. Certainly more so than we initially thought because low-level moisture pretty plentiful. High pressure building north of the state providing a decent easterly flow in the mid-levels, so storms that develop over the mountains will push toward the deserts. We have somewhat drier air in the mid-levels, and that's going to help to support stronger winds and better outflow from storms today as well. Let's look at the HRRR model tonight at 8 o'clock, and this shows an area of showers and thunderstorms pushing west out of Gila, Pima, and Pinal County toward south central Arizona, right toward the valley. Strong, damaging straight-line winds. The primary threat from storms could see a few microbursts. Certainly brief, locally heavy rain is also possible from these. Let's look at a forecast sounding off the NAM this afternoon, and again, this has got that classic inverted V look that we look for from some of these storms. Some drier air in the mid-levels. This is a pretty good severe weather sounding. You see the possible hazard type in the box over there on the right, marginal severe. So definitely we have at least the chance of some of these storms getting rather intense this afternoon and tonight. Otherwise, by tonight, we'll still go with the 20% chance of storms until about midnight or so. Then partly cloudy skies, lows in the 80s. Tomorrow, another partly sunny day with a short wave rotating around this ridge for another enhancement of showers and storms tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. Things are set up pretty well. We'll say a 30% chance of storms tomorrow night here in the valley. Highs tomorrow, 102 to 105. And even though the humidity levels might moderate just a bit, it's still going to feel pretty uncomfortable out there. Wednesday, a continued slight chance, we'll say a 10% chance of showers and storms in the afternoons and evenings. And high temperatures again, 102 to 106. Same thing on Thursday. By Friday, we have a trough developing off the west coast, a deepening shortwave trough. And between that and the ridge to our east, we'll have southerly flow, or at least a southerly component to our winds, advecting more moisture in here. And the GFS has been pretty consistent at advertising an increasing chance of showers and thunderstorms Friday afternoon, Friday night. So we'll go with that, at least a 20% chance for now. This run is very aggressive at putting moisture in here and some heavier rainfall potentially, but that remains to be seen. Highs still in the 102 to 106 range, pretty much the same thing as we go to Saturday, still a southerly component to the winds, and high temperatures 102 to 106. We also see down there, somewhere around the Florida Strait, or approaching the Florida Strait, is Irma. And then on Sunday, we might start to see the winds aloft turn southwesterly and begin to dry us out. Highs still 100 to 103. And there's Irma. Now, down there by the Florida Keys, turning northward. This again is 2 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday, September the 11th. Now let's go out to the European at the exact same time. This is 2 a.m., Monday, September 11th. It's got the storm east of the Florida Peninsula, somewhere just east-northeast of Miami or West Palm Beach. So there's certainly some model differences here. And obviously, when you're talking about this close to Florida, a difference of 50 or 100 miles makes all the difference in where this storm is going to end up. All right, let's go to a week from today. This is Monday, the 11th of September, and again, we have high pressure around here, and yeah, this is showing a cutoff low. I'm not ready to buy into that scenario, but if this verifies, maybe still a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms, but certainly nothing great. Temperatures above normal. Looking at Florida, this is 8 p.m. Monday night, September 11th, and if this is right, the storm is centered around Lakeland, Florida, and that would be producing some just incredible amounts of rain, strong, damaging winds. Obviously, hurricane force winds would probably still be in effect as this is a powerful storm. But again, a lot can change. This is not an official forecast. This is just one model run. The European at that exact same time has this storm somewhere east or just east-northeast of Jacksonville out over the open waters moving north. So there are many differences of opinion among the global models. Let's go to Tuesday. This is the 12th of September. Irma continues to move northwest on the GFS. It's somewhere across northwest Georgia, maybe the Georgia-Tennessee border. We are still under the influence of this low to our west and ridging north of us of the state, so maybe some showers and storms would still be in the forecast. And here's the end of the forecast period. This is Wednesday, the 13th of September. The GFS continues to, strangely enough, push Irma to the west and has it centered somewhere near Memphis by next Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening. And that certainly is an unusual scenario. I'm not sure if I'm ready to buy into that. That looks very strange. All right, let's look at temperatures through the period coming off of the GFS ensemble. More or less temperatures at or above normal for the next 16 days. And that's not what we want to hear either. So a lot of bad news in the forecast discussion this morning. That's going to do it for this downer edition of the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. Our next video comes back here tomorrow morning, hopefully with some better news. If you like our videos, be sure to subscribe to us so that whenever we post a brand new one, you'll get the notifications. Be safe, stay cool out there, have a great Monday.